Hello everybody, welcome to Career Ride. My name is Shipra Singh and I'm back to you with another interesting video today. The topic today is unexpected HR interview questions and answers. So you must have experienced that whenever you go to an interview, there are certain questions that leave you absolutely stumped. The reason is you didn't expect them at all. But these can be the make or break type of questions. Most of the candidates fail to deal properly with such questions because, firstly, they are not able to identify that this is one of those questions, and secondly, they don't have a strategy in place for them. In today's video, let's see some such questions, how to identify them, what common mistakes candidates commit while dealing with them, and the right approach to answer them, along with some sample answers also. If you want to ensure that you are able to deal effectively with such questions and crack your next interview, stick with me till the end of this video without skipping any parts of it. Ready? Fantastic. Let's begin. And the first question that we have got here is, if you get a chance to start your own business, what would it be? Now see, the biggest challenge while answering this question is, most of the candidates would prepare to discuss their educational qualifications, skill set, work experience, etc. during the interview. As a candidate, your focus would be on proving why you are the best fit for this role. And this question will come as a big surprise to you. So if you have never thought of this question, the danger is it would make you forget that you are here to interview for a job and make you start thinking like an entrepreneur. And ultimately, you might even land up revealing all your future plans unknowingly. In fact, it happened with me also once at the beginning of my career. That was somewhere in the year 2002 when YouTube didn't used to be there. The very same question was asked to me also, and to tell you honestly, I didn't expect it to. Back then, I was quite fascinated with food business, but it was just a fascination which never turned into reality. But during the interview, I landed up talking about it, portraying as if I would start the business in next 2 to 3 years, leaving the interviewer skeptical. Needless to mention, I never got that job. So what's the right strategy to answer this question? The first thing you have to remember is, don't forget that you are here to get that job. Secondly, talk about innovation, creativity, leadership, everything, but connect it back to how those qualities would help you in this job. The third important thing to remember is, avoid coming across as a future competitor, someone who would gain all the business insight and then compete with them. That's really scary for any interviewer. Prefer to choose a business idea that's somewhat related to show that those skills are useful in this business also, but not so related that you look like a future competitor. If you choose something absolutely unrelated, you'll need to connect it back to the current business, like how financial planning, budgeting, client handling, all those sort of skills will help you in the present job you're interviewing for. So if I were to answer the same question to the interviewer today, I would say something like this. First of all, thank you for challenging my mind to think about this hypothetical situation. If I were to start a business, I would probably get into a food business because cooking and sharing meals with family and friends is something I really enjoy. So this is a business that has always attracted me. But thinking of this business, I realized the amount of planning, budgeting, employee management, customer service that would be required to make it successful. However, my current focus is on working within a team where I can apply my skills in financial planning and resource management. I believe that my entrepreneurial mindset, especially my creative thinking skills and my ability to manage the resources effectively, will help me contribute innovatively to your organization. By constantly looking for new ways to optimize and grow, I can bring really fresh ideas to your business that can help us grow. So you see, this way you can choose something absolutely different and connect it back to the job that you are here to interview for. And that would make you a really appealing candidate for the interviewer. Okay, moving on to question number 2 now. Tell me about a time when you broke a rule. Now see, this is again an unexpected question that you may find baffling. The real challenge with this question is, as good people, we are always taught to follow the rules and policies. And this question is asking us to think of a time when we did just the opposite thing. That's really difficult and uneasy for us. In fact, if this question is put to most of us all of a sudden, the possibility is we may not be able to think of an example and put it in right words. Or we may land up discussing a situation that may make us look like a rebellion or untrustworthy person, which will be untrue for most of us. That's why it's important to be mindful while answering such questions. So, what's the right strategy to answer this question? The right strategy to answer this question is number one, choose a situation that genuinely demanded immediate action and where your actions served a greater interest. Secondly, the example can even be from your personal or academic life. If you're not able to think of something from your professional life or you absolutely don't have one. While answering the question, clearly communicate your intention, thought process and outcome. Additionally, tell the interviewer how you kept the concerned authority informed to keep them in the loop. Let me give you a sample answer. Well, this is a situation that I remember from my college days when we used to stay in a hostel. The hostel had a strict rule prohibiting anyone from staying out beyond 9 pm. On that particular night, as I was returning to the hostel, it was raining heavily and I received a call from my friend whose father had to be hospitalized in a critical situation. I immediately rushed to the hospital to help my friend. During this time, I kept calling the warden of my hostel, but her phone was unreachable. I left her a voice message to inform her about the situation. It was only in the morning that my message could be delivered to her. I again called her up as the first thing in the morning to inform her about my whereabouts. Fortunately, she could understand the situation and in fact extended her help by introducing us to a doctor friend of hers. This incident taught me that good intentions must be accompanied by responsible actions also. And communication is the key when rules need to be bent for the greater good of the society. So you see how this type of an answer that is properly worded helps me come across as a responsible person rather than someone who's a rebellion. Okay, and here comes our question number 3 now. If you were made the head of this department for a day, what's one thing that you would immediately change? Another unexpected question. Especially because you have come to get yourself a job in this interview and all of a sudden the tables are turned and you are made to think like a leader as the head of the department, which you might be absolutely unprepared for. So as you answer this question, while you want to showcase your problem solving skills, you don't want to overstep your boundaries and offer uninformed, superficial suggestions that sound disruptive, overcritical and arrogant. Your strategy to answer such questions should be: number one, acknowledge that as an outsider, you hardly have any knowledge about the current functioning of the company. Secondly, without being overcritical, suggest something related to your department if you have noticed anything. I'll give you a sample answer for this situation in a while. But the higher possibility is you don't have any information about the current functioning of the company. And in this case, it is a better idea to turn your answer towards a universal management and leadership principle that you believe in. Let me show you the sample answers for both of these situations. So, let's see the first situation. You have observed something that can be changed. Your sample answer in this case can be: well, first of all, I need to acknowledge that as an outsider, I don't possess any deep knowledge about the company based on which I can suggest any changes. Based on the brief interaction I had with your website during the preparation for this interview, I can say that it is really visually appealing and does an excellent job of showcasing your products. One potential area for improvement that I could see was adding some product reviews from the customers, as I would think this would help in increasing the conversion rate for the website overall. Now, let's see situation number 2, where you don't have any company information and you want to answer this question. In this case, your answer can be: well, as an outsider, I first of all need to recognize that I hardly possess any information about the current happenings in the department. Hence, making superficial suggestions is something I would prefer not making. But given that I am in this hypothetical situation, if I become the HOD for a day, I would begin by understanding the company's culture, tradition, processes, projects, and challenges through interactions with my team members. Only after I have complete insight into everything, I can consider making any suggestions. I believe collaboration and alignment with the team are the key blocks that lay foundation for any change. So, do you notice how this type of an answer showcases your humility, thoughtfulness, and respect for company's current structure, while still showcasing leadership qualities? So friends, this is all for this video. If you have been noticing, the most important thing I'm continuously trying to highlight in each of these videos is building up the right approach. Because it is your approach that matters more than your answers. You can never anticipate all the questions, but you can have an approach. Once you master this approach for a few questions, you'll find it easier to apply it to others also. If you have an interview coming up, these two videos that are currently showing up on the screen will give you more tips on handling tough interview questions and building confidence in your responses. Make sure to check them out. If you found today's video useful, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends also. For more practical and real life advice on your career, subscribe to the channel now. I'll see you very soon with a new video. Till then, bye-bye and stay connected.